Hello everyone and welcome to this video. Now today I'm going to be reviewing this album. It is Playland by Johnny Marr. Yeah, this was released 2 years ago today on the 6th of October in 2014. This was Johnny Marr's second proper solo album. His first one was released about a year before called The Messenger, and this is also really good. However, it had been a long time coming, his solo career starting since leaving the Smiths back in 1987. He spent most of that time collaborating with various artists. For a time he was in a band called Electronic, which also featured Bernard Summer from New Order. Other bands he worked with included The Other, Modest Mouse and The Cribs. It wasn't until 2003 where he formed his own band, The Healers, which also featured Zach Starkey, Ringo's son, on drums. However, that album I think didn't do too great, so it took him another 10 years to get around to doing an album under his own name. And this album is very similar to the last one, The Messenger. And Johnny Marr said he really didn't want to change his sound too much. He felt that he got a really good solid sound, a good band on that album. That he really didn't want to change it. He'd also been touring as well, so they were really playing well. They had a lot of live energy, the band, which he really wanted to capture on this album. In the charts, this done pretty well, debuting at number 9, one up from The Messenger there, and however, it only got to number 153 in the US charts. So yeah, rather pitiful chart placement for it there. And generally, this was praised by critics. Many felt that it was a shame that he hadn't broken out as a solo artist sooner. However, some also felt that it lacked ideas and was maybe just a little bit too similar to its predecessor. And I'm just going to show you the vinyl copy of it here that I have. I bought this on Amazon very cheaply a couple of months ago now. And it said it was new and that, but unfortunately it wasn't in the shrink wrap, and it did have this slightly nasty bend on the back of it there, you can see. But I wasn't too bothered about it because this is quite an interesting copy here. So you get the inner sleeve there, just nice. There's the back of it there, various pictures from the tour and that. But here you can see it is on blue vinyl, which I had no idea when I bought it. And this is a US pressing on the Sire Records label, just on both sides there. And yeah, this is a really nice vinyl pressing of it. With this, you also get a download code as well, which I have used. I'll just get that out now. Nothing much though. I don't think. Hang on, where's it gone? That's it there. Just a wee picture of the album cover and the thingy on the back of it. But now I'm just going to go over all of the album's tracks. Yeah, we open up the album with a song called Back in the Box, which I really love. A very powerful, punchy opening number. Really fun rocking track. Good chorus, although it isn't an amazing song, but it really does pull you in to the album. I think it is just a really great song. Then get the single from the album, and definitely the most popular song on it, Easy Money, which I absolutely love. I'm giving it a 10 out of 10. And this is one what I kind of remembered when it was released, this album. They played this song quite a bit on the radio, Radio 2, over there. I think this was the record off the week or something. And yeah, I just remember hearing it. And then when I got into the Smiths and into Johnny Marr and that, it was this song was one of the first songs what I went to, and just instantly I remembered it the really catchy guitar riff just again really pulls you in to the song. He said that he wanted to make a very sort of catchy song, very commercial, accessible song, but have slightly more sort of serious lyrics on it, about money and wealth in this instance. So yeah, just a really great song. As I said, I'm not surprised that this song got played to death on the radio, because I think it's a fantastic track. Track in is also really good. It's called Dynamo. Another 10 out of 10. A bit more sort of tough, more rocking track. Lyrics on this one are like a little bit more cryptic, shall I say, although I think it might be about like there's a magician called Dynamo, so there's lines in like this song sort of about like a divine illusion calls and stuff like that. So I think that like that might be about like this like magician and that who he has his own TV show and like whatnot, but I could be way off there. Like it's just like a little thing what I thought, oh, it might be about that, but yeah. Whatever it's about though, it is a fantastic song. Love like the chorus on this one. It really just like has lots of different segments in it. Great guitar playing like as always. So yeah, just a really great song. A 10 out of 10.
Get free, it's time. Be a candidate.
Next up is called Candidate, which I'm giving an 8 out of 10 to. This is a little bit more slower, a little bit more like a bit calmer now. Like we've dropped the pace with this number. And yeah, like starts off really love the guitar sound on like this one here. It's just for me not as like enjoyable like as like a song like as much as the other stuff like on like this album, but it is still really good. Like it's like it is still a great song. So like an 8 out of 10 for Candidate.
A life ahead, a life of ordinary mind. I said no.
Then get for me, which is probably the weakest number on the album, 25 Hours, which I'm giving a 6 out of 10 to. Yeah, a little bit weaker, a little bit tuneless, shall I say. There's not much of like a melody going on here. Again, quite tough, like quite a rocking band performance on this one. Although it definitely isn't a standout track like by any means. So yeah, that's 25 Hours, a 6 out of 10 for me. Now, closing side 1, we have The Trap, which I really like. I'm giving this a 9 out of 10. Bit more calming than like the last song. Like this album, like it does have a good flow. Like you generally do get like a real like rocking track, then like a slightly slower, more calming song, and then like a rocking track again. So yeah, it really flows well, this album. And yeah, this one here, I just really like it. I think it's got great production value, this song here. Great lyrics, just like a great sort of sound about this track, but like I really like. Like, it isn't maybe like the most like rocking song, although the band still do a great performance on it. Yeah, it is one of my favourites on the album. Yeah, The Trap. Now the second side is maybe a little bit weaker than the first, I have to say. Although there are still some amazing tracks on here. First one is Playland, the title track, and I'm only giving this a 7 out of 10. Very sort of aggressive opening track, like on that side 2, and like almost sort of punk-like in like maybe certain like influence like by that. And like a bit like 25 Hours, there's not much of like a melody going on here, and like although it does have great guitar playing, great like production value, just a fun rocking song. Although I would have maybe like expected like a little bit more like from like the title track like for the album. But now the next song is called Speak Out, Reach Out, which I'm giving a 7 out of 10 to. Now I do enjoy this track thoroughly. Like, I think it is like a good song, a little bit like uninspired, a little bit. I mean, like it's not really like a unique sounding song. I mean, this is just like Johnny Marr doing what Johnny Marr does best. Like as like a solo artist, just like these really fun rocking tracks. Like there's nothing wrong with it. Although there isn't much what really makes me like come back to this track, like shall I say. So now the next song is called Boys Get Straight, which I'm giving a 6 out of 10 to. This is okay, I guess. Like it is another like little like fast frantic number, and yeah, like it is a good decent track. I would say this is where the album maybe grows a little bit stale. That's maybe a bit harsh, but like maybe like it like loses like a bit of like momentum. Like although these are all really fun rocking tracks, the first part here off side 2 lacks that little bit of like variety for me. Like, and I mean like all like these songs, they kind of just like flow like in and flow like into one. There's not really much like distinguishes between them, although they are all still good rocking tracks. Then do get a change. We get this tension, which I really like. I think the guitar sound is like really good. Got like a great riff on it, sort of like reminiscent of like Some Girls Are Bigger Than Others. Yeah, just like a really great song. Like like slightly different vibe to like the last couple of tracks, which I like. Yeah, a good solid track. So yeah, an 8 out of 10 for This Tension.
In the king fortune, free spirit, he's naked and
Then we close the album with Little King, which I think is a good way to end the album. Like, I think it does have like a good like guitar sound to it, good like guitar riff like as well. Maybe a grower this track, although for me it kind of sits in like the middle like for this album. Like, decent track, although nothing really too special. Overall, this album scores 78%. I think it is a really fun, really upbeat album. Something what I didn't quite touch upon, like when I was going over each of the songs, were like the vocals on this. Like, they are like surprisingly good, like especially for someone who's spent the last 30 years like nowhere near like a microphone. Like, and compared to like the last album, like I'd say like these are like both like level. Like, they're both really good. Like on here, like I probably prefer like the more sort of slightly dreamier like guitar sounds and that stuff, like This Tension and like the trap, and like Dynamo like could like come into that as well. But the rockers are like also like really great on here. Like Easy Money's fantastic, and like I do like the title song, the opening song's great as well, Back in the Box. So yeah, there's a lot of really great stuff on here. Although I do see where like many critics like were coming from like with this album, that like it is a little bit like one-dimensional. Like a little bit more like variety would have been nice, but this sort of style of like guitar rockers is what Johnny Marr does best. So yeah, like I understand like why he stuck with that sound. So yeah, I hope you have enjoyed this review. Like, I definitely check out this album if like you haven't heard it. Also The Messenger as well, both fantastic albums, really underrated. So yeah, like I hope you have enjoyed this review, and I will see you all next time. Goodbye.